Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Hi guys, it's Pauline Study here again. If you're new to my channel, welcome here. This is Pauline Study, and thank you my subscribers, my diligent viewers, for always coming back to my channel. So today, what are we talking about? Today I'm going to talk about different kinds of hairstyles. You guys can see I puffed my hair up in this kind of puff. Hope you guys can see. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about different kinds of hair types, and specifically I'm going to talk about type 4 of hair. So we're going to be looking at 3 hair types. That's type 4A, B, and C. So first of all, you guys may be wondering which kind of hair I have. We're going to talk about that when I've already told you the different types of hair, and also we're going to talk about hair porosity, and we're also going to talk about what's it called again? Yeah, hair texture. So we're going to talk about 3 things. That's hair type, hair porosity, hair texture. So I'll start with the former. Guys, my vocabulary is improving. Can you imagine? Former. Have you heard me say this one? Okay. Anyway, we'll proceed. So very many people think they have a certain hair type, or their hair is in this kind of texture, or their hair is this kind of hair. I don't know, so many people have different perceptions about that kind of hair. Okay, so today I'm going to dig into different kinds of hair types because people have asked me for this video, and I also thought it would be better for me to first talk about these kinds of hair types before I go into kinds of styling, which products to use, and all this stuff. By the way, guys, I'm going to make hair products. I'm going to buy them. Okay. That will be an answer for you to comment in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bar. I'm always here every Wednesday and Friday. So first, there are different types of hair on the type 4. There is 4A, 4B, and 4C. Okay, so I'll start with 4A. 4A hair type is one that, okay, one thing I should also first explain before I go into deep conversation about this is there are coils and curls. Okay, a coil is smaller than a curl, and what makes them different is the diameter between the two. So a coil has a smaller diameter and a curl has a bigger diameter. So one is bigger than the other, and that's what makes them different. So with a bigger diameter, that becomes a curl, and with a shorter diameter, that becomes a coil. Okay, so now for type A, for type 4A hair, type 4A hair has a loose curl. Okay, the curl is loose, and let's see, it will be like a bit like this. I don't know if you guys can see. So the curl is not so tight, so that is in the natural form. When there is nothing like blow dry or something like that, the hair is like naturally curled, like, but the curl is not so tight. So that means you can easily comb your hair, and also you do not feel so much pain when you're combing because the curls are not so tight. On the other side, for type 4B, type 4B has tighter curls which are almost like coils. Okay, they are a bit so string-like. Let's say they're not coils, and they're not so loose. So they are tighter curls, and the difference is with type 4A hair, type 4A hair does not break as much as easily as type 4B hair, and type 4B hair has tighter curls. Okay, so that makes the difference between the two, and type 4B kind of breaks hair faster than type 4A. So moving on to type 4C. Everyone claims to have a type 4C hair, but guys, you don't know what type 4C hair is before you call your hair type 4C. Type 4C hair is one that has a very tight curl. Okay, with or without without the kind of hair conditioning, without any product or something, they have very tightly closed curls, and that means that coils, they don't have curls. So that's very different. And also, one thing I should mention about all the types of hair that I've so far mentioned, type 4C has very tight coils. Okay, they are not curls, they are coils. So when the hair is straight from the bathroom or straight from the water, your hair really shrinks 50% of the hair, okay, or 70. So let's say if you have a 20-inch hair with a blow dryer, so when you wet the hair, you're going to have something like 10-inch or 12-inch. That's when you've washed or when it's wet. Contrary to that is type 4B. Type 4B hair, when your hair is like washed, okay, it's only 70%, 60% of your hair that's going to like the length of your hair. So what does that mean? You don't have that much shrinkage like a 4C hair person has, okay? Your hair shrinks 60% of your hair. So if you have 70%, 20-inch hair, and when it's blow dried, when you've already blow dried it and straightened it out and dried it, your hair is 20-inch, and then when you wet it, it's 60%. So you're going to be having something like 15-inch, contrary to the 20-inch which you have when your hair is dry, okay? And the beauty about 4A is like your hair only shrinks 20% of your hair, okay? So when you have a 20-inch and you wash it or wet it, you're going to just have like 17.5 inch, okay? So that's the difference among all those kinds of hair. So first of all, you should differentiate the people who have a combination of all, the people who have a specific one, and the people who are in the middle, okay? They don't have 4C, they don't have 4B, they don't have 4A, they don't have 4A and 4C, okay? And then the people who have a combination. I have a combination of 4C and 4B. My hair has curls and also has tightly made curls, okay? So you can have a combination of that, and also you can have a specific one. Also, you should know that 4C hair easily breaks too, okay? 4C hair easily breaks, and also 4B hair easily breaks. If you neglect your hair for 2 weeks, even 1 week is enough for you to break a lot of hair when you neglect your hair. So let's say you don't condition it, you do not put protective styles, you do not put good products for it, you don't put anything, my dear, you're going to have a bald scalp with time. So people with such kinds of hair need to take care of their hair very, very carefully, because your hair is prone to breaking anytime compared to 4A. 4A does not easily break that fast because the curls are not that tight up, so the hair cannot easily break, okay? So moving on, I've told you those different types. Now I want to talk about hair texture. There are two types of hair texture. There is thick and thin. So how do you differentiate the two? First of all, you see this hair here I have? This is thick hair, okay? You can see from here like it's really tight up, and it's even from here you can see like it's really hard to separate, okay? Also, thin hair. Let me start with thin hair before I go to thick hair. Thin hair is one you can hold and cannot easily tell that you're holding this number of strands on your head. Reason being is because it's really thin, and the strands are really so many. And also, the thing with thin hair is that you can easily comb through to the back, okay? And also you can easily see the scalp. Contrary to what my hair is, okay? You cannot easily see my scalp, you cannot. But if I had thin hair, it would be very easy for you to see my scalp. It would be very easy for me to comb my hair. On the contrary, thick hair, first of all, you can't easily tell the strands you're holding in your hair. So if I held like this, I wouldn't know that I'm holding like 10. I would easily know that I'm holding these kinds of strands, or I'm holding so much hair, which is not the case with thin hair. Then also, it's so hard, like I've already mentioned, it's so hard to tell or to see your scalp. However, sometimes here at the front, it may add the forehead. It may be very easy for you to see the scalp because it's a forehead. Most of the times, the forehead does not have like so much packed hair, but just a quarter movement of the forehead. The hair is so thick. You can see from here that my hair is really so thick. Also, you may be wondering which kind of hair you have. Some people have a mixture, but it's really rare for someone to have both thin and thick hair, okay? So, but the easy way to know which kind of hair that you have is if you get a puff holder, like a puff holder, a thin puff holder, these normal string puff holders, and you hold your hair from the back, let's say when it's blow dried, or basically when it's blow dried, that's the best way you can easily tell. If your hair puff holder can go in more than 3 times, that means you have thin hair, okay? If that is a brand new puff folder, because it's mostly tight and it's not stretched out, so you can easily tell. So if it can go in more than 3 times, that means your hair is thin. And if it cannot go in more than 3 times, your hair is thick. So I hope you guys are able to understand. So if you feel you have 4B, 4C, 4A, or thick or thin hair, you can just put it in the comment box so you can know which kind of hair you have, and then we'll also get to know the kind of products you use, and also go on to connect like that. Then also one thing that I need to also talk about is hair porosity. Hair porosity is, in simple terms, is at which rate is your hair able to take in water, or how fast does your hair get wet. Okay, there is high and low and medium. Low porosity is why your hair, you take about 10 minutes for it to get wet. 10 minutes is so much time. That's exaggeration. Anyway, we're African, so exaggerating is okay. But it takes a little longer for your hair to get wet. So let's say you go into the shower to wet your hair before you wash it. So when you wet your hair, it takes about 3 times or 2 times for you to wet your hair. Okay, that is low porosity. Medium porosity. Before I actually move to that, let me first talk about what's it called? High porosity. High porosity is when you pour water in your hair gets damp immediately. Okay, so when you just go into the shower like this, your hair gets wet, and that's high porosity. Medium porosity is where your hair takes long, your hair doesn't take long to get wet. It's just in the middle of it. Also, one thing we should know about high and low medium porosity is medium porosity, you take let me start with low. Like I said, low porosity, it takes you so long to wet your hair, and it takes you so long to dry your hair. I hope I've been understood. So when you wash your hair, and you finish washing and you want to air dry it, okay, which I normally do for my hair. I've not blow dried in like 2 months. So if I'm to air dry my hair, it's going to take about like an entire day for it to get dry. Okay. On the contrary, medium porosity, you wet your hair easily, not so hard, not so easy. Time for it to dry, it will dry like within half a day, 3/4 a day. So if I'm taking 12 hours to dry my hair, a medium person will take around 7 hours or 6 hours, which is different for a person with high porosity. The fact that it's easy for them to wet their hair, it's even very easy for them to air dry their hair. So their hair can even dry in 3 hours, in 4 hours, and they dry their hair. And it's also very easy for them to style it immediately. Also, one thing that I shouldn't forget to talk about the different types of hair that I said, 4C, 4A, and 4B. About those 3 types, first of all, 4A hair is easy to style. Okay. Sadly, which is also not really a bad thing, is that the styles do not stay for more than 2 days. Actually, more than 1 day, most of the times. So if I style my hair right now, if I put curls in my hair right now, if I had 4A and I put my curls right now, they would only last today. Tomorrow by this time, they'll all be very terrible, very weak. Okay, which is not the same with 4A and 4B. I mean 4C and 4B. 4B, when you put your hairstyles, they can last about 2-3 days. Okay, when you have 4C, my dear, you can have your hairstyle for about 2 weeks, for a week, because the hair is really strong and tight, which is not the same with 4B and 4A. 4B, the curls are not so tight, okay? They're actually curls which are tight, and for 4C, they're coils, and for 4A, they are loose curls. So styling all of them is different, and the number of days the styles go in, or the time the styles last, is very different. For 4A, like I already said, the styles won't last that long. For 4B, they're in the middle, they can last 3 days, 5 days. 4C, you can go a week to a week and a half to 2 weeks, depending on the hairstyle you have in your hair. So if I put curls in this hair of mine, they would last a week. Even the next week, I would still have them. Okay, that's if I take good care of them. Unfortunately, I'm not a person who likes to keep my hairstyle 24/7 because I like to comb it, hold my hair backwards, and all that. So guys, if you feel you have 4C, 4B, 4A, or if you have high porosity, low porosity, medium porosity, or if you have thick or thin hair, please do leave it in the comment box. Do not forget to subscribe. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to style a combination of 4A, 4B, and 4C. I don't know why I'm obsessed with 4A. I'm not even close to that. But I hope you've understood the difference between the three types of hair. And also, one thing that I should also talk about is learn to know your scalp, okay? You can have all those kinds of different hair, like you can have one of those types. Also, your scalp matters. So also the products that you use matter. On top of the hair type that you have being a point, also your scalp should matter. So when you have a dry or wet or oily scalp, okay, you should know the products you use, so the combination of the combination in the product you're using is compatible with your hair scalp and your hair type. So that's it for today, guys. I've talked about different kinds of hairstyle. Please do comment in the comment box the kind of hairstyle that you want, and also leave a comment of what you would like me to talk about in my next video. For now, I'll be coming back next time. See ya, guys. Love you. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the hit the notification bar, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends in the community so that people get to know the kind of hair they have. See ya, guys. Bye bye.